start and how to end. I think one thing is obvious. Many things should be obvious. One thing is obvious to me, and that is that the time has come, the time really has come to stop freezing silly notions into organized emptiness, and to call that organized emptiness a city, and then just go whistling for population. Because when I say city, I do not mean population. I do not mean the built form when I say city, and when you say city, whenever a human being says city, he means the people that live there.
The Municipal Amsterdam Orphanage was designed and constructed from 1955 to 1960 by Aldo van Eyck. Before Van Eyck designed this orphanage, he designed children's playgrounds. He noticed that Amsterdam had these underutilized urban conditions within the city. These spaces were usually found in the middle of dilapidated housing blocks. He transformed these spaces into thriving social spaces and took a different approach to urban planning. These parks were so successful that it caught the eye of Frans van Meus, who was the director of Amsterdam Municipal Orphanage. What Van Meus saw in Van Eyck was the ability to take something and turn it into something unexpected and non-traditional. Van Meus wanted to create a new building typology for children orphanages. He stated, "What we do not desire is a large, oppressive building with a massive volume that suggests a house where children are locked up away from the world." Van Eyck believes that habitats should be planned and constructed so as not to resist their own spontaneous development. In other words, what is created should not ignore that it can change.
Constructed of brick, concrete, and glass, the orphanage is site planned on the then outskirts of Amsterdam and essentially created a city within itself. The roof was constructed of concrete repeating square modules with a circular dome on the modules to allow for natural light to flood the building. Van Eyck designs an interior street, as he calls it, to connect the different types of program in an urban-style way. The building has multiple entrances, which create an interesting circulation pattern throughout the building, similar to what you would see in an urbanistic setting with people coming and going from all different directions.
The main form of program is dispersed along the interior corridor, and it includes commercial space, services, office space, administration, and the children's rest and play quarters. The children's housing situation is broken down into 8 groups of 8 children based on age per gender, for a grand total of 128 children. Eyck called these groups families, and every family dwelling was broken down further. He designated 3 spaces, one for prescribed play, one for imaginary play, and one for rest. Every family had access to their own private enclosed play space, an idea he took from the parks he created in Amsterdam.
In these spaces, the kids can interact by playing and socializing together. The intermediary space provides a smooth transition from the public play space to the more private bedrooms where the kids slept. The use of material also communicates that as well. Since the bedrooms have a more private feel to them, he uses bricks and concrete. For the transition zone, he uses glass to try to erode the barrier to the outside play area. And the play area is surrounded by glass and stone as to not make it seem like a cell to play in. The family units had their own winding circulation separate from the interior street, almost like an apartment building. You would circulate around the family unit and enter into the interior street.
The structure as an orphanage only lasted a short while. It was shut down due to the educational paradigm shift, and social workers rejected the authoritative aspects of the design. They saw that specific zones were too controlling to the users, who were the children. As all good cities can do, they can adjust to adversities, and that is exactly what happened to the orphanage. The layout allowed for the other building typologies to fit in smoothly into the structure. In the year 1986, the orphanage turned into a school gallery space with the help of an architect by the name of Hermann Hertzberger. After a short period of time, the school was shut down, and as of right now, the Amsterdam Orphanage is being served as a corporate headquarters for a public relations firm. Even though the orphanage lasted a short period of time, Aldo van Eyck can be proud of the building he created. Finn.